All right, we're gonna play end raw. Yes, sir. Wah, bing. Do 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 do. Boo doo 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 doo. All right. Okay, I remember exactly what we're doing. What was okay? So I have Chaos Nova equipped. I remember we were trying to sneak around this big scary oaf. Where did I have to get to? I actually do not remember. I have to get there. Okay, yeah, this isn't gonna help me very much. I have to get to this mirror tower. Why? How did I even get the fuck down here, man? All right, let's see if we can just get the hell away from this guy. Yoink. And we're gonna take that health potion and we're gonna run for the hills, boys. I very much doubt that I was supposed to be anywhere near this place at the level that I'm at. What is this? Nope. Dude, leave me the fuck alone. Great throat wood. I love throat wood. The boy who lifted. That's right, I am the boy who lifted, actually, as a matter of fact. Dude, did you see it? They tried it again. It's all that Omega Strikers practice, bro. They just cannot hit me. This bitch really coming for my life. Oh my god. You've got to be actually fucking kidding me right now. I'm saying because you died. Oh. Nope, wasn't me. I'm unkillable. Oh my god, a Spruggan. No, the computer just completely fucking offed on me. I even tried to rejoin the Omega Strike. Hmm. I think something horrible may have just happened.
Look attack.
It's the boy who lifted. It's about creatine.
Welcome back.
Creatine, Mark.
It's about drive. It's about power.
It's about creatine. It's about Weena.
I wish that in Total War, like once you couldn't get any more skills for your heroes and lords, that it just would stop notifying you about, oh, you have unspent points.
That means that you can, because it does once there's no more to buy.
Well, yeah, but it's like a skill lock. It's a skill lock to a certain level. So
yeah, no, but that you can still do it though. There's something that you need. You can either like double purchase something or upgrade or something, but you can spend the point if it tells you can spend the point. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. I suck Weena. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm gonna lay off the Omega Strikers.
Oh my god, this skink can move across half the map in one go.
You look like a skin.
Skink.
Yeah, and I said you look like a skin.
You look like a nail.
I don't know what that means. Fucking idiot.
Toenail.
What? Dude, you're a toenail.
Nope, you.
It's about peen. It's about Weena. Mark stays hungry. He suck Weena. Ah. No, that was not supposed to sound like an owl. Or a crow.
Who's stronger than me in this world?
Me. It just says in the bottom left, Togus has joined the game.
Now, if it isn't my new friend, find anything? Oh, wow. Such drastic claims. And who told you this, I wonder? The lost king of the fabled empire of old Aranath? Or just one too many bottles of rum?
Cut the act. She knows everything. Just make short work of her, will you? She will try and manipulate you with every word that she says. I know her.
All right, fine. No point in beating around the bush any longer, I suppose. So, where should I begin? Yes, our Zalian friend inside that painting is right. I have those nobles on my conscience, quite a lot of them. And you know what? I don't feel regret. Every one of those bastards deserved to die. Ugh, do you think I picked this place as my workshop by coincidence? This forest, it is the proof of how rotten this country really is. thousands of men and women slaughtered because they followed a woman who dared to say that this oh-so-holy society is nothing but a lie. The path, holy verses, they are nothing but mental shackles so that the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich.
Hell yeah, Andrasta. Dude, I vibe with this bitch more and more by the minute.
Malthus alone knows our destiny. You notice something? That's shaveling talk for eat shit or die.
Balrak, what are you doing? Just kill her, damn it. Do you have the slightest idea how many people this wench has murdered?
Did I ask?
Says the witch hunter from Araziel. Tell me, were you also there at the Purge, 8212? How many magically gifted girls and boys of the free folk because they dared to worship the gods of their ancestors rather than your civilized lightborn? I hope your employers paid well for that.
Just kill her for fuck's sake. Kill her.
I hate it when people shout in my house. I know a few dead nobles aren't going to change anything, but at least it's a little justice for those poor souls who have to pay for their decadence in the Undercity.
Honestly, facts.
Do you really want me to go into detail? This witch hunter, as he styles himself, is nothing more than a murderer. He and his order were part of a massacre, which puts even what the order did to the Blood Moon rebels to shame. But of course, he will tell you a different story. They always do. Exactly. Exactly. Nice and clean, and nobody ever suspects a thing. Well, at least that's what I thought. I must have gotten careless. Well, as I see it, there are two ways of ending this. Number one, you give me the painting, I take care of our talking friend in there, and we both live happily ever after. Number two, you make a mistake.
Valkyria's not #1 power in the
Probably,
world.
but we'll see about that. I'm old. And, truth be told, it doesn't feel as satisfying anymore. Correct. It
Yeah,
is.
fuck it.
Believe me. So, that's it. Well, I assume thanks are in order, aren't they? For a moment, I really thought you would listen to this child killer. Apart from that, poof. As I said, I suppose the smartest thing for both of us would be to keep going on as before. You go back to Ark, give Erica a little money and tell her I was sick, and that she will get new paintings soon. What do you think? Do we have an agreement? I might, perhaps. But honestly, with all you hear from the city these days, red madness and so on, I think she might be better off moving here with that smart-assed husband of hers. You know, I like the silence of this place, and I'm too old for the bustle of the great cities. But anyway, what's your answer? Do we have an agreement?
Oh, sure,
good to
fuck
hear.
it. Keep killing those fucking child
Here,
killers.
take this. It's for Erica. It should be enough to keep the gallery running, at least for the next few moons. And here, this is for you. Now, don't take this personally, but I need some time to myself. Be careful and don't get killed.
I love how that fucking witch hunter actually thought that I was gonna pick him. What an imbecile. They actually thought that I was gonna choose lawful good. Imagine.
The fools.
Or even lawful neutral. I'm all chaotic evil, baby. Do do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Marky Mark. Marky. Wait, so now I gotta go back to. Yes. Okay, cool. The heist. Yes, the heist. I need to TP back to Ark. Shazam! I like the teleporter scroll thing, but I feel like they should give you more options to teleport. Like, it should just be...
Hear my words, O
You should just have a teleport scroll, and I can choose to use it to quick travel to anywhere I've already discovered. I think that that's the best way of approaching this.
Orin Kira.
Wait, what? Curva.
I really need that new herbal essence for my hair.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Bloody weather.
Sing it, Marky.
Did you get a chance to look for my mother yet?
Mm-hmm.
Bandits? I'd like to tell you I'm relieved. If those bastards get the better of her someday. Or worse, if the undead attack her cabin. Oh, by the gods.
Wait, what?
I really don't see why she stays there. I really don't. Anyway.
Have you
Thank you
played
for
as
your
Helman
efforts.
Gorst yet?
I appreciate it.
I don't
What
think
about
I
the
have him yet.
paintings? Will she...
Oh, shit. Oh.
Will she
I
be able
gotta
to
admit,
deliver
he's
again?
fun as fuck.
A break.
You can just clown on people with the single worst
Well,
unit in the
that's good and
game,
bad
and
news all in one.
that just gives
Thank
me
you for
a
telling me.
cruel, sick,
Here,
sadistic
I think you've earned
entertainment.
this for your help. Thank you again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to tell
Watching
my husband about all
Croxagores
this.
try to take on
Walk
zombies
west.
and it doesn't
I know
work.
that you're welcome here anytime.
That's just... God damn, that's just so perfect.
It fills me with things.
Now this makes me happy.
Potatoes, garlic, radish. Yeah, that should be it.
Oh wait, no, this was all the way over in Bingus Bonkus world. Can I start the main quest yet, or will I automatically fail again? Mark, you're freaking me the fuck out, bro.
Thou art my words. Let's hope he knows what he's doing. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy heart I will honor. Path.
Dang.
Where is this supposed to lead?
Hell yeah. No. Hey, Brobunski, we got very upset in that game. Brew it.
An outlander. What are you doing in this part of the city? Shouldn't you be... I don't know, somewhere else?
Man, fuck you, bitch.
It's gonna crash.
Keep walking.
What happened? Nothing. Like, nothing in particular happened.
Keep walking.
I've just been playing a fuckload of that game, and I wanted to do something else because my computer crashed, and I was just getting frustrated, and I've had enough.
An outlander. What are you
For
doing
now, at
in
least.
this part of the city? Shouldn't
It was too much.
be, I don't
Then
know,
you weren't
somewhere
there
else?
to help us, Brosum.
Yeah, unbelievable. Brosum actually didn't show up to help us.
I know. Tristan left to give you a spot, and you weren't even there.
True.
An outlander. What are you doing in this part of the city?
Oh, no, Linda, what are you
Shouldn't you
doing in this part
I
of the city?
don't know,
So you be, I don't know,
somewhere
sucking dick? Oh my god, unbelievable.
Outlander.
Fuck off, lady.
What are you doing in
Warhammer
this part
Clan.
of the city? Shouldn't you be, I don't know, somewhere
Make her
else?
quiet.
Alright, that's it for me
Keep
then.
walking.
Shit. I have to remember that.
Tom, who's bullying you? Tell your uncle Brogingus. For 4 people, why the fuck do you have to do that? Fuck.
Mother, did you get my letter?
Mother, did you get my letter?
Blessed.
Approved your request. We will take care of it as soon as possible.
Wait, he already graded the latest assignment?
I'm certain.
Brosim, you already graded his assignment? That's unbelievable.
Yeah. It took this guy like almost 2 weeks to grade the first assignment.
And you.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's this next assignment? Oh, Tom, did I tell you about what the final project for my class is?
No.
You just wait and see.
It's a 20-page paper.
First time?
I just don't know why anybody wants to read a 20-page paper.
I think it's just to teach you how to do it. Because, I mean, honestly, that is research. A painful lesson, but an important one. Oh man, they made a whole statue of you, Brosum. God damn. Because I just have to. Why can't they do their own uniforms? Yeah, I don't know, man. I was just... I was too tired to deal with, to deal with Omega Strikers and the nonsense of the fucking randos and Marcus.
Alright.
You've never been in any danger. If I had doubted your abilities, even to the slightest, I would have never spoken out for you.
Fuck you, Teeler.
In any case, all that is left to do now is to recite the oath. Then we will finally deal with the more urgent matters.
Stinky ass oath.
None of it, you'll see. The ceremony needs a little preparation, 1 day at least. Come back then.
Tomorrow's the first day of his
Even if
exams
it
for me.
hurts to
I have
lose more
technical
time,
drawing.
the
You'll be
cleansing
fine.
approaches. I can feel it.
I've
Just
actually
this
been,
night I had another
so
of the
Marcus, this will
dreams.
not come as a surprise to you, but Brosum, I've actually been thinking about going
People I
back
knew,
to college.
including you. But these people weren't themselves. There was
Getting either
something
a
else.
master's in
It
business
spoke
or
through
a
them.
PhD.
They mocked us. and
Pick
said
your
our
favorite.
struggle against the cycle was pointless. It was peculiar. I believe that these beings are connected to the cycle. They must be the ones who cause it.
Brosum, I have enough money at this point that I could just pay for it out of pocket.
That is
easy.
Interesting. It must be related to our roles as emissaries.
Like, it wouldn't even be close.
Maybe
Like,
there's a
2
connection
paychecks is
between
literally
us.
enough to pay for a semester.
None. Maybe they are demons or magical entities of some kind. But
I don't know, Brosum. Like, quite frankly, I'm not sure.
In any case, if they are indeed responsible for the cycle, they are our enemies. That's what matters for now. Come
No,
back
it's
tomorrow
not.
for the
I'm not
ceremony.
bawling. I just know how to go to a correct college at this point, Brosum. Like, people overspend on colleges, that's all.
Yes. Why do you ask? They did. What are you getting at? A fair point. But in the future, just be upfront. I do not like such veiled remarks. So, yes.
Yeah, of course I do,
the
Brosum.
prison was harsh. The
But I
hunger,
mean, I'm
the
paying it.
degradation,
Let me
to
put
make
it to you
the
this way,
most
Brosum. I am paying
worst,
my
however,
student
was
debt
the
back
isolation.
so fast that they can't stop
Ironically
increasing
enough,
the
that
interest
was the
rate
last
to
thing
try
I
and
had
milk me
expected
for
to
every
know.
penny before I get
From
out
all
of
the
it.
suffering there is, it seems so banal.
And I mean actually
isn't.
milk me for every
You
fucking
either
penny.
find ways to cope with it, or it breaks you. Fortunately, I managed to do the former. For me, it was memories
Like,
of the time before
I'm
my
actually
incarceration,
paying them
the
back
prospect of
so
what would
quickly
come after
that
it.
every
They
single
were my
month my
window
interest
into
rate
the
is
outer world,
increasing.
so to speak.
It's
They reminded me
it's
that I was
fucking
more
bullshit.
than this deprived creature I had
It should be
become in
illegal.
those dungeons.
like the amount that they have increased it
Strange.
by this quickly should be
Everything
illegal.
seemed too bright, too unreal. I especially felt that in the cloister with Narazul's mages. I had difficulty talking to other people, and whenever I did, it felt as if the others were like wax figures.
Yes, it is,
Like
Brosum.
some cruel joke put in front of my eyes. In
We
order to
actually
mock me.
looked into this not too long ago because Gemini asked the same question. And he goes, I find that hard to believe that it's legal for them to do that. And I looked it up. I think I can't remember the numbers exactly, but they're allowed to increase it by a certain amount every 3 months. And they can decrease it by any amount whenever they please.
What is missing in the world.
But and it's not a small amount that they're limited to.
Resolve. Now, enough of this. We have business to attend to.
And they can do that every 3 months. Like,
Yes.
there's literally, I have no say.
As I said before, my knowledge about that is limited. But if it helps you, imagine that it is a way of perceiving that which connects us all, our subconscious. Yes. You know, most people perceive
But, like, at
themselves
this
as an
point, the
entity
interest rate is
separate
so
from the rest
high
of
that
the
it's
world.
practically credit card
And while
debt.
this is partially true, there is something that connects us. Dark corners of our mind.
Like, that's how out of control the
bridges to
interest
which
rates
we
are.
in a conscious state do not have access to. But you do not need
trash.
to be supernaturally gifted.
Like,
to
here,
feel that these
I'll
bridges
show you
exist.
something in a second.
I
Here,
am
hold
sure
on.
you've experienced it yourself at one time or another.
I obviously can't show you my
The
actual
moment
student
where you knew
loan
exactly what
documents
another
because
person
they have
thought
personal
or would
info
do
on there, but
next.
I'll tell you the
People
numbers
with close blood
as I'm
ties can
reading.
especially feel that connection. Children and their mothers, siblings, and especially twins. Correct. And while most people hardly feel this connection at all, as if
Man,
it
this
is
guy's
an
got some
imprinted
serious
window,
Carl
to
Jung
you, it is
philosophy
wide
going
open
on
during
here.
your visions. Their bodies might be, but the traces they left behind still remain. Everything that was, everything that is, and everything that will be, it already
And
exists in the
it's
sea
kind of fucking crazy.
eventualities.
Like, the
This is
amount
the
of
basic
interest that I've
principle of
already
magic
paid back is fucking
time.
bullshit.
Time
But
is not
luckily,
a straight
one of
line.
my loans, so I have
Only the
4
barriers of our
private
mind
student
make us
loans
perceive it
that
as
I had to
such.
take out throughout the entire college
Visions,
education
premonitions,
process,
dreams that become
and one of them
reality.
is
These
completely
are
paid
all
off already.
leftovers of waves from
I paid
other
it off in less
eventualities
than a year
that spill over into
of
our
having my
reality.
full-time job.
There have always been people able to
Something
read them,
like 80%
but
of
none so
all
good
of
at
my
it
income
as you
goes
are,
directly into
thanks to
student
the
loan
echo.
debt. By choice, like I don't have to.
Good question. In their writing, the Pyreans say it has existed for aeons. Since this world exists, since the sea of eventualities
Sounds awful. I don't have
exists,
to.
so too then
If I
does
wanted
the
to and
cycle.
I wanted to make the minimum
It seems to
payments
be a
but do it for the
part
rest of my life,
existence,
I
so to
would it would
speak.
only cost me like maybe 10 to 12% of my income every month for the next 20 years.
The Pyreans didn't, and neither did the dozen civilizations that came before them. That is what we know. But as for what happened before that, our knowledge about the past is limited. All that matters for now is that the cycle threatens us, and
So
that we have to
college
stop
debt
it.
was like 20K. Aw, Brosum, that's really cute that you think it could possibly be that low. That's adorable. No, Brosum, we're talking in the hundreds of thousands when it comes
That
to a
depends
graduate
on whom
level,
you ask.
like a grad
In
school
some
level
writings of the
education in the
Pyreans,
United
we are referred
States.
to as chosen ones, but this is wrong. A better word would be
I'd say my
figures
total
with their own
education
will.
probably costs about
Whatever
190
force
grand.
causes the cycle also
That's a
gives
house.
us
In the
powers
US, that is not a
and
house.
task. But fulfilling that task is our own responsibility.
It's just not, unfortunately.
No.
Like, it's not even close to a house.
I do not know. But there are hints. We will see. Well, that is something else we only know in broad strokes. It is my task to lead mankind in its battle against the cleansing, to rally our strengths, so to speak. Yours is to read the echo and help us gain the knowledge we need for victory. How exactly you're going to do that is something we still have to find out.
Yes, Brosum. That's actually part of the problem. So, here, hold on. Now that we're done talking to this fucking idiot, here, we're gonna call this an end for the gameplay for the night. And we're just gonna talk about this.
Sit around the fire and tell stories.
Alright, you're dead to me forever.
What's the problem, Tom?
But yeah, no, here. Let me look up tuition. Okay. I think it was a little bit cheaper than it is now for me to go to the university that I first went to. Actually, no, I won't show that because I'm gonna dox myself. It costs about 49,706 USD for 1 year to go to the first college that I went to. But I had really, really, really good scores in college. Like, or in high school. I had such good, great, amazing scores in high school, actually, that they gave me half off of 50 grand. So, 49,706 divided by 2. I had to pay $24,853 per year in order to go to school there, but I went there for only 1.5 years. So I owed them... No, that's not right at all. That's very incorrect. It had to have been a little bit more than that. Essentially, I came out of just that first year and a half with like... Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. How did it do that? Oh, no, that does make sense. So about $42,000 is how much it costs for that first year and a half, 2 years. Because I started the fourth semester of those 2 years, and I quit before I could get the money back. So, yeah. And pretty much that's how much it cost. So, why you quit? Because I wasn't interested in computer science and I realized how much money I was paying. Quite frankly, like here, if we take, let's do the cost of that education was $198,824 if I completed a 4-year degree at that cost. So, yeah, I wasn't gonna do that. Is that what Em did? No, Emily has less debt than I do, and the same level of degree. No, Em went to a state school. What? She had a cheaper education than me. What do you mean? What does this have to do with Emily? No, I went to school for I went to school for comp sci for 2 years, got bored because I fucking hated it, and then dropped out and went to a community college immediately, like literally ended and then immediately the next semester that was available. No, the course. Oh, so Brosum, in the United States, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of different universities to choose from. She did not go to a university that's within, like, a 45-minute drive of the one that I went to. Like, it's just, that's completely separate. Like, not even in the same state. And, yeah, her situation is completely different from what I had. I had very little help compared to what she had. But yeah, no, so I went here to this university. It cost me about 50 grand to go for those 2 years of comp sci and then drop out halfway through the 4th semester. And then I immediately went into psychology at a community college, which was exceptionally cheap. Let's see. The fuck is this? I don't even know what the fuck that means. So 270 times 12. So then I went to a community college. Okay. No, you don't come to the fucking US for college, bro. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Well, like, okay, so it's a double-edged sword, bro. If your family is rich as fuck and can just afford to send you to college, yeah, you go to the United States because it has the best colleges and universities in the world, and it's not even fucking close. I think the top university in Europe is like 15th on the list in the compared to the United States. It's just not even fucking close. And but yeah, so then I went to community college, and that was, I'm using their current prices, so it was a little bit cheaper when I went there. but about 3,240 per semester times 2. It cost me about $6,500 per year to go to the community college. Did that for two years, because community college in the United States is only for 2 years. You can only go for 2 years. And then I graduated from there. But that puts me at $13,000 for that associates of psychology. Then I went to Westchester University of Pennsylvania. Which when I went, I actually know the price it was. When I went, it was $5,500 a semester. Oh my God, it's more expensive now. Jesus Christmas. Oh, it's an extra $2,000 now. But yeah, 5,500 times 2, 11,000. So 11,000 plus 12,960 plus, what was it? Hold on, I'm using a calculator history here to find out how much things cost. See, this is going to get a little bit complicated. So the total cost of my education was $91,960. And then let's do the interest calculator. And they want me to do it. So right now the interest rate is 14.5%. They want me to pay it off over the course of 20 years. That looks about right. So if you use all the numbers that I've given you, this is what you come for. If I actually waited for 20 years, the amount of time that they want me to pay, or that they want me to take to pay it, this is about how much I'd have to pay back. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Hold on. That makes no fucking sense at all. Yeah, here it is. Here we go. Here we go. This will make more sense. $91,960. Yep, monthly APR, payback every month. Yep, that seems pretty accurate. Where's the calculation? Oh, here we go. So yeah, if I wait the 20 years to pay it back, I'll have to pay back an extra $60,000, $60,000 plus dollars if I wait. Do each topic determine the price of what you would be? No. No, bro. So no, you pay per credit that you take. So you have to take 12 credits in order to be considered a full-time student at any given time. You pay a flat price per credit. Normally it's like $200 to $400 a credit at a cheap school. But here, look. Oh, wait. this isn't correct. I forgot to change the interest rate. I thought this looked a little bit low. Yeah, here, okay, so this makes a lot more sense. This makes so much more sense. What is a credit? What do you mean? How do I even describe that? One class is 3 credits. And then you get to graduate when you have enough credits earned. But yeah, no, here, look. If I waited 20 years at the correct interest rate, I forgot to put in the interest rate. I thought it looked really bizarre. I was like, oh, this isn't actually that bad, but no. So if I wait the 20 years that it's supposed to take me to pay this back, I'll have to pay an extra $190,000 over time. However, if I continue being as aggressive as I am and pay it back in 5 years, I'll only have to pay an extra $37,000. So surely you can see the difference here that I'm making in paying faster. I mean, honestly, 5 years is an overestimate for me. I'm probably going to take maybe 2 years, 6 months, 2.5 years to pay it back. So yeah, I'll only have to pay an extra $18,000. But you can surely see how this gets out of control really fast. But so we have a couple of issues here in the US with college. First things first, all colleges don't care. They're extremely easy to get into. Even, I think, like, Harvard has, what, a 47% acceptance rate?
I'm gonna head out.
Alright, see ya. Wow, I was wrong as fuck on that one. So they have a 4% acceptance rate at Harvard. That's significantly worse than I thought it was. Okay, well, whatever. They have a 98% graduation rate, though. So that's why they keep raising the interest rate. Yeah, but the thing is, it shouldn't be legal for them to do it, because I'm literally doing everything that is expected of me. Okay? Like, I am paying them back their money faster than expected. I should get a reward for doing that. I am doing the responsible thing, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to, and I'm kind of getting punished for it. Like, quite frankly, the problem is, at 14.5%, the problem is that at 14.5%, it's actually more worth it for me to spend all of my money on this debt than it is for me to invest. The stock market cannot grow as fast as this debt can. It's just not going to work. So I have no choice. This is like triple the rate of inflation, right? Like, if inflation is about 5%, I'm paying back triple the rate of inflation. Almost triple. That sucks. But anyway, what I was saying, we have a serious problem in the United States where everyone is going to college. Like, here, I'm curious what the actual stat is on this. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Between 61 and 66% of everybody who finished high school last year immediately went to college. That's insane. That is a huge number of people. And quite frankly, we don't need that many people going to college. People do not need to be college educated. Now, keep in mind, I want everyone to be as educated as possible. But at the same time, maybe colleges need to be a little bit more difficult to get into. I'm just saying. Like, the thing is, I advocate for free college, but I think that it should be harder to get into college if it's going to be free. And I really hate being the guy who has to be like, no, you have to sacrifice your hopes and dreams and go get a job that's worth having. But the problem is, these people are not being, they do not need to have these super high level advanced degrees in order to perform at a job, in order to further the economy, in order to make a good career, in order to make something of their lives. They do not need an advanced college degree. Isn't everyone being educated good for the country? Yeah, that's what I said. I advocate for education. The problem is, Brosum, our colleges don't really educate a whole lot. Well, they educate really well if you are somebody who will look for and care about that education. Like, you're actually interested in learning the material. The problem is that colleges now have become a horrible breeding ground of, how do I put this? They've become a horrible breeding ground of people who just don't actually give a flying fuck about what they have to learn about. It is just a ton of people sitting in a room cheating on every single test and every single paper and just not giving a flying fuck about the stuff that they're learning simply because they want to actually just get a good job. Like, they are there just to get the piece of paper. They do not want to learn. Somebody like that, I think, would be better suited in putting them in a jobs program where they receive certificates and training for a job. Does that make sense? Because, quite frankly, those people should not be going to college. If you don't care about the material that you're learning, you should not be in college. Or rather, you shouldn't be incentivized to go to college. You should be incentivized to go to a jobs program or an apprenticeship or a mentoring program or anything else other than college. But instead, the way that things are set up right now, their only choice is college, because they're going to say to themselves, oh, well, I'm trying to make something better of myself, and that's admirable and good. You should continue trying to do that. But the problem is, they say, okay, I need the job. I want to make lots of money. I have to go to college in order to get that goal of making lots of money and having the good job that I want. But at the same time, they don't actually go to learn the things that are going to make them good at that job. They go to learn how to get the piece of paper that's going to enable them to go and get the job, and then they get fired in 6 months to a year because they're dog shit at it because they didn't care about what they were learning. They didn't give a fuck about it. I'm kind of at a loss on what to do after these finals. It depends. I mean, I don't know your own personal situation or anything like that. Personally, for me, even though it was expensive and I always bitch about it, I still believe that college was the right choice for me. But that's because I actually care about the material that I'm learning. I really enjoy college. I love school. I know that everybody is probably, what the fuck, what kind of nerd is this guy? But I love school. It is fucking awesome. And I love school so much so that I wanted to get a PhD, not to do research or make tons of money, but because I wanted to teach. I just love school. I love education. I love teaching people things. It is a passion of mine. And it just sucks, man, because I have personally been in a lot of classes where the other kids in the class just do not give a fuck about the material at all. They're just there. And I hate saying this kind of shit, but like 90% of these people are straight up just NPCs. Straight up. Like, you can go and have a conversation with 10 of them in a row, and all 10 of them are going to tell you relatively the same answers to the same questions. Like, these people are actual walking, breathing bots. And it's kind of, like, disheartening to see. Like, it feels bad. Like, and also, to them, I might appear to be a bot. I have no idea. It's just really shit, because it feels super dehumanizing to be in this situation where you're super passionate about something and everyone around you is totally comfortable with getting a C and passing. Because when you go to college, at least in the United States, for a bachelor's degree, you can literally get some D's, some C's, and still pass and have the exact same degree as the person who got straight A's. Like, the difference is it will say, like, summa cum laude on the degree. It does literally say something different, but it's still the same degree. It is still the same degree. You will still be able to put on your resume, I have this degree. And it just kind of sucks, because another thing that I run into is that a lot of people who enter college because that's the thing you have to do. Everyone tells you that that's the thing you have to do. But the problem is, they go and enter college and they go for something like psychology or computer science because they know computer science will make a ton of money, or engineering or mathematics or any STEM field, and they'll go, oh, I'm doing this because STEM fields will earn me lots of money. And then they get like 2-ish years deep into it and realize that they fucking hate it. And then they'll either switch to something else or they'll completely drop out of school. But the problem is, they don't get a refund on the student loan that they took out to go to that school in the first place. They don't get a refund on their time and energy that they spent going for 2 years to this program. They don't get any of that back. So they're just stuck with this huge bill, no job to show for it, no degree to show for it, and they really hated what they did. So obviously they're not going to try to get a job in that field because they fucking hated it. So it's just like, they're kind of fucked. And then you also have the reverse problem too, where people will be really, really passionate about something fucking stupid that they're never going to be able to get a job in, and it will take thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for them to get their degree, and then there is no jobs. There is no light at the end of the tunnel for these people, and they're just fucked. Like, for example, I always say, everybody who is thinking about going to school for psychology, my advice to you, if you are not planning on going and getting a minimum of a master's degree, choose a different field. A bachelor's in psychology is worthless. Worthless. You should not do it. I have a bachelor's in psychology. That thing is worthless. Worthless. Go get any other degree other than that. Don't get a bachelor's in poli-sci. a bachelor's in poli-sci, a bachelor's in psychology, a bachelor's in communications, a bachelor's in any of these, like, anything that's non-STEM, do not waste your fucking time. If it isn't science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, don't waste your fucking time getting a bachelor's degree on it. You will need a absolute minimum of a master's degree to be successful in that field. There's no chance that you are going to find a good, high-paying job in that field without a higher level degree. And in a lot of cases, you actually get literally hard locked out of most jobs. Like, for example, if you have a psychology degree, a bachelor's in psychology, you literally are not allowed to be a therapist yet. You literally are not allowed to have patients. You cannot do it, at least in the United States. You cannot get licensed. You need a PhD to do that. Or at the very least, if you're going to do something like this, go get a master's in social work. Then you can have patients. You can't charge a whole lot, and you aren't going to make a whole hell of a lot of money, but you could at least do something that you like. But you still have to get a master's degree even to do that. You are literally hard locked at a bachelor's degree in psychology. I'm actually going to look it up really quick. What can you do? What jobs can you get with a bachelor's in psychology? Let's see. Computer programmer? Alright, that's a cap. Fuck. Wow. Holy shit. I don't even know what to say about this one, man. Literally 2 of these have to do with psychology. So I pulled up a list. This is from the University of Bridgeport. I don't even know where the fuck that is. But this is a list of the things that the top 10 paying jobs based on median with a bachelor's of psychology. 1, school faculty. This is going to be like a student counselor, like a guidance counselor in a high school who helps teenagers plan for college and things like that. Maybe gives them some counseling if they have shitty parents or something. Sure. Sounds good. A caseworker. That's what I was just talking about, social work. So you can go and take people's kids from them, and you can be that guy who has to work for CPS and go and rip the children out of their parents' hands because they're unfit. Or if there's domestic abuse problems, you can do that. But hold on, let me make this clear as well. $61,000 median salary per year is trash. If you have a college level degree and this is how much you're making, you need to switch fields. Why would you pick that though? Because of the pay and the benefits. Typically speaking, you'll be able to get really good benefits as a caseworker because you'll be working for the government most of the time, and they provide pension, moving assistance, like they'll help you pay for your house in some cases. You're stable. You will, if you get hired as a government employee, you have to really fuck up to get fired. So you have that job security. You can just kind of do whatever the hell you want most of the time. You get tons of vacation time. You're looking pretty good if you're a government employee in the United States. And then we have market research analyst. This has nothing to do with psychology. Like, sure, consumer behavior, sure, but let me put it to you this way. As an HR person, market research analyst, I might, since I'm also a person with a psych degree, I might think, oh, I'll give them a shot. I'll at least interview them. Nobody at any real company where they're going to be paying you this much money wants anything short of a business or marketing degree. There is no chance that they will take you with a bachelor's in in psychology for this job. There's zero shot. It's not happening. No chance. No way. No chance that this is happening. And then we have me chilling in human resources. I thought this is why I was laughing when I first pulled up this list, because I looked at this and I was like, oh, well, yup, haha. Except I'm the director of human resources, bitch, not a manager. Training or development specialist, this is also human resources. Technical writer, this is like quite possibly one of the worst jobs I could ever possibly imagine for somebody. Yeah, this is horrible. This is like, you get those employee handbooks. This is the person who normally writes the employee handbook or the guide that teaches you how to do something. Horrible, boring as fuck job. Real estate agent with your degree in psychology. I don't know how that makes any fucking sense at all, but quite frankly, psychology degree is not a requirement of a real estate agent. Save yourself the money and just go get a real estate license and become a real estate agent. Computer programmer. I'm going to give you guys 5 seconds to tell me why somebody with a bachelor's in psychology is not going to get hired to be a computer programmer. 5 seconds. Now, if you guessed because they don't know how the fuck to do that, you'd be right. And then fundraiser. I guess. The fuck does that have to do with computer programming? Well, right here it's because they're developing applications based on their understanding of human nature. Too bad they don't know how to make the programs. They're a psychology person. Ugh. Fundraiser. Again, they're going to hire the guy who has a master's of business to do this. They ain't paying you with your psychology degree to do it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just the reality of having a psychology degree. What jobs can you get that pay well without a college education? Oh, brosome. Am I glad that you fucking asked. There you go, brosome. A plumber in the area that I live, $65,000 a year. You do not have to have a college education for that. You go to a 1-year training program, you get a certificate, and then you're a plumber. Done. Easy. 65 grand a year right there. Now let's try an electrician. Let's say $60,000 a year. Don't have to go to college. You go to a 1 or 2 year training program. You get a certificate / license. You become an electrician. What else do we have? Oh. A mechanic. Like a car mechanic. $59,000 a year. Go to a training program for 1 to 2 years. Get a certificate. Get a license. Go become a mechanic. It's infinitely cheaper, infinitely faster. You make the same amount of goddamn money. Can you check architect requires like a master's degree. But 95 grand a year. Good job. Here, let's see Industrial and org. Oh, it doesn't even have one. Dang. Wow. My job doesn't even exist. Unbelievable. Yeah, let's try a psychologist. See? See, here you go. At this, in order to call yourself a psychologist and practice, I think in Pennsylvania, you still have to have a PhD in clinical psychology in order to get this job right here. So yeah, let's see here, all right, so you ready to see how much I'm getting gypped here? Because I have a lack of experience, so I get a little bit less than most people in this position, but here's my job. This is how much most people make, according to Indeed at least. Yeah, here, look at this though. Want to adopt a Caribbean child? No. But yeah, I make significantly less than this for the same role, and I actually do more than most people in this role do. So, well, here, actually, let's take it a step further and go to salary.com. Let's see. And then we will use Philadelphia. Salary.com is a very, very, very commonly used, yeah, that seems more accurate to me. They're a compensation and analysis company. All that they do all day is sit around and figure out how much people should be paid. What the hell just happened? What the fuck was that, man? You motherfucker! Okay. Here we go. What do you need to become an HRM? A good spirit and a can-do attitude. But I'm not an HRM. I'm not an HRM, bro. I'm an HRD. A Director of Human Resources. Oh, for real though. I'm being dead serious. You need a high school diploma to get started. Like, Human Resources Generalist is going to be the first job you get, or Human Resources Assistant. You can do that with as low as a high school degree or college degree. Okay. Yeah. And this, you do not need, you don't need a college degree for this. Yeah, see here, look. I'll put you all the way down here at high school. You can be expected to make 60 grand with a high school degree here. My personal recommendation would be to go for an Associates of Human Resources Management. If this is what you want to do, for sure. But let me give you the sneaky cheat code that I've learned from getting scammed out of good career opportunities. Don't get a degree in human resources. Don't get a degree in industrial and organizational psychology. get a degree in business. Just get a bachelor's or associate's of business or entrepreneurship, and then just get your job as a human resources person, if that's what you want to do. Because if you get the job as a human resources person, you figure out, man, this fucking sucks. I hate human resources. With your business degree, you can go and do marketing. You can go and do data analytics. You can go and do market research analysis. You can go and do all of these other things with a business degree. But if you go for an associate's or bachelor's of human resources management, do you know what you're going to only have the option of being? That's right. A human resources person. And you'll get paid the same amount. It's crazy. I'm giving you guys the real cheat codes here. Not even going to lie. But yeah, this is what you can expect. Well, down here. This is what you can expect with a high school diploma per year as a human resources generalist with literally 0 years of experience. So yeah. Oh, and let's say you report to a supervisor. There you go. And then after about 5 years, it should jump up quite a lot. Yeah, see. But if you have a master's degree, 18 years of experience, and you report directly to the CEO, oh my goodness, this is getting crazy. You manage over 100 people. Oh my god. They like pretty much printed my salary here, by the way. The fuck is that? But yeah. This is pretty much where I should be. Soon. But yeah, here, let me just adjust it for my stats. No. This is accurate. So that's where I should end up based on my current experience, education, who I report to, stuff like that. How many students pass mathematics in the USA for high school? See, you can't use pass as a term when you're talking about the American education system. Brosum, in the US, if you can't pass mathematics or you can't pass something, they just drop you down to a lower level of classes, and then you get to graduate anyway. Like, in the United States, there is a legitimate, non-small chance that you go to college and have not finished algebra. But yeah. So the thing is, if you do go and get your master's degree or your doctorate in psychology, these kinds of jobs that I'm showing you are available. They do exist. I have one. But the problem is, you're probably not going to get one. There aren't many of them available. Like, there's not a whole hell of a lot of them to be had. Which there just isn't. Why does it keep changing? Stop doing that. There just really is not a lot. Dude, these guys right here, they have been searching for a job, like a person for this position, for more than a year now. I have applied to this position like 5 times. And they just never get back to me. They must just really not want somebody who's extremely motivated and driven to participate in their company. I don't know. I've done wonders at the company I'm at right now. But yeah, so that's the answer to your question of, Tom, how much did you pay for school? Fuck me. You fucker. Yeah, well, I mean, you know how it is. Man, it's just another thing that I want to hammer away at really quick. Let's just... I know I made a whole YouTube video about this and everything, but I want to just make this extremely, painfully, obviously clear. So, here, let's assume we start at absolute 0. Okay? Here. This is an investment calculator. Alright? We're starting at absolute 0. You have no money. We're only going to do this for 5 years. Okay? 6% return rate. That's very under the average. That's extremely conservative. If you just follow the S&P 500, we all know, if you watch my video, that it's about 10% per year over the years is what you'll average annually. And then we're only putting in $150 per month. Okay? $150 a month. After 5 years, you got $11,500. Not bad. That's not horrible at all. Now, let's assume instead of doing this for just 5 years, we do this for 10 years. Now that $11,500 turns into $30,000. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Now let's go to 20. $108,000. Wow-wee. And that's only $150. Here, if we change this, here, I think I'm putting in $500 a month, right? Here, let me see. Brr. $400. I'm putting in $400 a month into just straight stock bond split. Yeah, Brosum, they can, but they don't. They just don't. It's just not a thing that happens. Like, that's where you find out if somebody knows what they're doing versus if they're a fucking moron. Because if the stocks absolutely plummet and you start selling your stocks like crazy, you're a dumb fuck. That's called panic selling. Never do it. But here, let's just adjust for my 400, 20, 10% annually. I always heard that stocks is a risk. There is a risk. But, okay, you need to go watch my video about how savers are losers, young man. You obviously didn't take notes. If you look from the year... Here, do I have it written down? So no, I don't. Fuck. If you take it from, I think it was 1972 all the way up to 2022, I think. I can't remember. It was a 50-year period of time. 50 years. If you had literally just left your money alone for those 50 years, you averaged 10% every single year in the United States. Don't invest in any other markets outside of the United States. Ever. But yeah, so $400 a month, 20 years of me doing this, I can expect $289,000 in my pocket, ready to go, whenever I want. Pretty good to me. I'm down for that. And wait, hold on, that's not even accurate. I forgot. I have to put in the starting amount that I already have. which in this account is, wait, I'm just going to do my total and just say 15,000. Because that's about how much I have saved up to spend on whatever the fuck I want. But here, if I just do this for the next 20 years, I have $390,000 in my pocket. So what's a good business to invest in? I don't know. You don't need to know that. You need to go watch my video is what you need to do, young men. Like, I go over all that stuff for you. Just if you don't know or have an exact idea, totally okay. Don't judge you. Totally fine. You're busy and you don't need to know. Just choose a robo-advisor. Personally, I use Betterment. That's the robo-advisor that I use. What they do is they determine what the best investments are. A huge group of financial experts get together and they have programmed an AI to just pick the best bets at all times. It does all the work for you and you pay a little tiny fee on the amount of money that you make. What do I invest in most? I invest in high risk, high reward technology companies. That's what I do. But I diversify a lot. You should all... Personally, I actually adhere to Warren Buffett's 90% stocks, 10% bonds ratio. So, I do that. But I mostly just use Betterment. I mean, since I've gotten a full-time job, I don't really have the time as much anymore to just sit around and look at stocks all day and read 8Ks and 5Ks all day and 10Ks. I don't have the time to do that no more. But, yeah. You know the best investment, though? The best investment is actually a quantum computer at quantumpowerpc.gg. Fuck me. God damn, I'm good. Bro. Hey, you know how it is, dude. But yeah, here. Even if I do this for just 10 years. 120G. Just chilling. Just chilling in my pocket. It's ready to go. It loves me. It loves me and I love it. And this isn't even accounting for the dividends that I can receive from this. I love it and it loves me. I love this shit. What is this return rate stuff? But yeah, and as I pay off my loans, I'll be able to get more and more and more. Yeah, like here, let's assume I'm finally debt-free in 2.5 years. Starting like this, 32,000. Here, do that. And then, so 2.5 years from now, I'm doing that. I don't have to make my loan payments every month anymore, so I can put in $850 a month, being super conservative there. And then I do that for the next 10 years afterwards. That puts us at 12.5. So let's just 12.5. That's a stinky number. I really don't like that. Let's just do that for 7.5 years. So this will be my total 10 years from now if my plan works out. I'll have 178 grand 10 years from now if my plan works out. Do you have to be in the same country you invest? No. You don't. If I wanted to, I could invest in Canadian stocks. If I wanted to, I could invest in Chinese stocks, European stocks. I could do whatever. You just have to find a broker that will let you buy it. in your own country. I don't know if you can do it, person. I don't know. Here, let's find out. Apparently JMMB. Oh, you can just go to the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. Seven licensed brokerage firms in Trinidad and Tobago. You can do Shepherd, NCB, West Indies, Republic Wealth Management. I think this is an American company. JMMB, First Citizens, Caribbean Stockbrokers Limited, or Bourse Brokers. Wouldn't this be limited? Depends on the broker that you use. I don't know. I'm sure that these brokerages allow you to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm sure that they do. I would be extremely surprised if they didn't. Man, I recommend going to this website. They seem to have all of the fucking information for you. Like, goddamn. You can trade stock. Yeah. You totally can. I don't know if you'd be allowed to trade on the New York Stock Exchange with this, which is the American one. But it seems like you could certainly trade on the Caribbean one, at the absolute very least. Wow, this is some crackhead shit, though. You're gonna need at least $2 grand to get started. Jeepers. But yeah. Look into it. I don't know if it's 2K TTD or 2K USD. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I wouldn't know. I don't know anything about the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. $300? That's not bad at all. I mean, $300 is like, in some cases, that can be literally one stock. Like one share. So yeah. But yeah, no, go read about it. Go learn. Learning is the only source of power that you have when it comes to your finances. You have to go learn. The more you learn, the more powerful you will become. Because quite frankly, especially if you live in the US, becoming rich is just how good you are at gaming the fuck out of the system. Like, for real, for real. In the US, there are so many ways that you can manipulate taxes that you can become rich excessively quickly. Especially if you start with enough capital to buy things like real estate. You can form a real estate business, use that capital to buy a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, that capital all got lost in investments. Oh darn, there's an artificial crash there. Sorry, you don't have to pay any money. on your income and taxes because you just spend it all as expenses. So now you just get to collect shitloads of money all the time. And that's just like the absolute surface level of tricks that you can learn. The more you learn, the more you earn, is how it works in finance. So yeah, educate yourself. That's kind of my biggest piece of advice always when it comes to that kind of stuff. Have you ever thought about becoming an educator on financial advice? I don't really have the qualifications to be allowed to do that. Giving financial advice in the United States can become a bit of sticky business because if you start calling yourself a financial advisor or you start giving people financial advice, you can get in some serious legal trouble based on what people do with that advice. So, I mean, I've thought about it. I've made a video about financial advice. Quite frankly, the only real financial advice that I have to give that people could actually take action with is to start investing, get the ball rolling. Once you do that, you're already 10 steps ahead of the game. Like, quite frankly, if I had started doing that when I was even working at the fucking movie theater, and I just put in, I mean, you saw it yourself, $100 every month, and now I'm 10 years out from that, I'd have like 100 grand that I could spend right now. That is literally my college debt. Literally my college education is what I would have with that. So start early, start hard, hit the ground running, and get it done. That's kind of my only advice. And is it the funnest thing ever? Is it super exciting to put your money into investments? No, not really. You're not going to get that dopamine hit immediately like you would with spending it. It's just not going to work that way. However, it will be super cool when you can drop some G's on a business that you're starting, or a cool house that you want to live in, or a cool car that you want, or anything, any of those things. Or just start a real estate firm and start buying up a whole bunch of rental properties and renting them out to people. You could make a shitload of money doing that, which makes your finances grow even faster and larger. And if you don't start early, it becomes less and less and less and less likely that that's going to be a possibility for you moving forward. It just becomes more and more and more and more and more difficult. It's hard. It sucks, and it's just something you have to do. But 5-10 years down the road, you're going to look at it and be like, huh, that's great. I was actually just talking earlier with Emily about, like, I don't need to be a multimillionaire in order to be happy, right? I don't have to have millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, though that would be great. What I want is my shirt rips and I want to buy a really nice shirt that costs anywhere from $0 to $200. I don't even have to think about if I have the money. I don't even have to worry about budgeting out purchasing something like that. I can just fucking buy it whenever the fuck I want. That's what I want. I want to be like, I see something, I can just buy it and not even have to think about it. That's the amount of money that I want to have. I have no idea what that number is or what that number looks like, but that's what I want. So that's what I'm going to fight tooth and nail to achieve. I mean, I would hope... I hope that people don't take... I find that a lot of people, when I start talking about this kind of stuff, they think that I'm trying to, like, brag or something like that, or get really preachy, or overconfidence, that kind of stuff. But in all actuality, I really do just want to help. Like, quite frankly, there is absolutely no fucking reason in the United States why you cannot have over $100,000 in your pocket by the time that you're 65. There is no reason in the US why you couldn't do that. And I want to teach people how to get to that point so that it doesn't happen, because it is just realistic. That's all there is to it. It is just realistic. And I think that people have this, like, learned helplessness thing that I really want to break them out of. And it seriously bothers me when I hear people who are like, oh, I can't do that. I can't spare $100 a month. Okay, you can't spare $100. Spare $50 a month. There ain't no fucking chance you can't spare $50 a month to invest in something, or $20 or $10. Just some amount of money. There is no way that you can't save $1 every month. There is something that you have to be able to cut out to save $1 every month. And something that I do see a lot is like, oh man, I don't want this to turn into a whole nother conversation. I gotta go soon. But something that I see a lot that drives me nuts are people who are just absolutely, completely unwilling to make any sacrifices right now at all to secure a better financial future. And it just drives me nuts. You have tons of people who will bitch and complain all the time that they're broke as fuck, and then they'll immediately go and buy something super expensive and be like, why am I broke though? Oh my god, I can't believe I don't have any money. And then 20 years go by of them doing it, and they're like, this whole country sucks. Everything about the US sucks. Capitalism doesn't work. Throw the desk over to the other side of the room. But in all actuality, it was literally their choices that got them to that point. And it just sucks to see, because I want to see everybody succeed. Thomas Tate Talk, stop. I'm really not trying to be like that. I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm trying to tell people, start investing in stuff. Like, including yourself. Like, don't adhere yourself to the learned helplessness that a lot of people want you to believe that you have to adhere to. A lot of people have this issue where they've learned to be helpless. They've just accepted that nothing is ever going to get better. But the reality of the situation is, you really do have the power to make things better. Not instantly. I'm not going to sit here like Brosum is suggesting, Mr. Tate himself, and suggest that you can become a multimillionaire overnight and get all of the girls and all of the pussy and everything you want overnight or even in a week. I don't think you're going to achieve that in a year. I don't think you're going to achieve that in 5 years. However, what I can do is provide you with some rules to follow that will all but guarantee that you'll have some stable financial foundation to stand on within the next 5 to 10 years. It's not going to be easy. It's going to suck dick. But in 5 to 10 years, you're going to be like, yeah, this was a good idea. Because now you don't have to worry about your car getting broken. Like right now, let me give a real life situation of this. I'm in a situation where I'm a big investor. I've been saving up a lot of money. Like you just saw, I have about $15,000 saved up, ready to go. I was originally saving it up for a down payment on a house, but now I'm renting an apartment, which was a very good financial decision for me at this current moment. But I recently had to go to the hospital. Hospitals are a big expense. If I hadn't been saving up all of that money this whole time, there is no chance I would be able to afford this. And this just so happens to coincide right before the time that I have to move into my apartment and pay for all of that stuff, pay for a bed, do all of that kind of stuff. I have to pay for that. And I have to pay for this multiple thousands of dollars hospital bill. I really don't even have to worry about it because I've done such a good job and I've been so responsible about saving up some extra money. So I don't have to worry about that. And you can also easily do what I have done. I am not special. I am not some super freak or anything like this who's really good with money. I just know how to save it, know how to invest it, have read lots of research, have read lots of companies' 10Ks, have read the SEC filings that these companies put out, choose who to invest in based off of that, and then I just succeed with it. Like, this is really a lot more simple than people would have you believe. And yeah, with Emily, bro, I have Well, we don't move in until the 31st of May, but yeah. I've talked about this on stream a million times. But yeah, it's just, I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm just disciplined. I have it set up on auto invest. Literally every single paycheck, $500 just immediately comes out of every single paycheck that I have. And I just injected directly into the stock market every single time without question. It does it automatically. I don't even think about it anymore. It just automatically puts it in there. So it doesn't even really require me to be super disciplined. I just have to assume I'm operating on less money every paycheck, and I have to live within my means. So as long as you aren't living outside of your means and you're saving up money, you'll be fine. People are really experiencing this huge doom and gloom thing, but in all reality, you have complete control over your future. Like, you can actually grab your future by the nutsack and squeeze if you really want to, if you have that desire. Like, if I was even more determined, I could invest even more money, but as you just heard me explain, for multiple different reasons, it's a better financial decision for me to pay off my debts as fast as possible rather than invest as much as possible, just because of the interest rate of my debt. But that's completely besides the point, because if you don't have super high interest debt, you can just invest all of that money. Just do it. Like, instead of buying the PS5 or the Xbox, invest that money. Instead of buying the $70 new game, play a free game and put that money into savings. Like, just cut corners in places. Like, I'm not saying don't buy the cool video game, don't go out to restaurants. I will never tell you to do that. I need you to enjoy your life at the same time. This doesn't have to be all horrible, but you have to understand that you gotta save some money, and that does come with sacrifice sometimes. Sometimes you are gonna have to say to yourself, well, maybe I just can't afford this game. And you just play the free game instead, that you've been playing for years, that you can continue to come back to. I mean, coming from the guy that bought a 4090, you're right, Brosum, and do you know why I was able to buy a 4090 and have absolutely no financial hit from it at all whatsoever? Do you know why I was able to do that? I'll give you a couple guesses. I'll give you a couple if you really want them. It's because I'm disciplined and I saved money up, and I knew that that was going to be a purchase that I wanted, so I saved the money up, and then I bought it. It was really simple and easy. And for the person out there who's saying, oh, well, I can't save up money fast enough right now to buy a 4090. Okay, that's fine. Start investing your money and saving it up now to buy a 5090. You don't have to buy a 4090. You don't have to. You honestly, start saving up your money, buy a 6090, and by the time that you want to buy your 6090, you're already going to realize that that's probably not the best use of your money anyway, and you're going to spend it on something else. Or you're going to leave it in the investments and realize that it's a way better idea to save your money and have it invested rather than pull it out and spend it on things you don't need. Technically, in my case, the 4090 is actually a business expense, so I have a reason. Or rather, I can get away with a little bit more because I can write it off on my taxes. You have any plans for the future? With streaming? I'm just planning on continuing to do what I'm doing. I'd like to do... Now that we're talking about the future of the stream, there are some things. So, with this new apartment that I'm moving into, I'm actually going to be making significantly more and higher quality video content on my YouTube channel. I've thought about it for a while. There's more space there for me to film, for me to actually make stuff. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of filming at the new apartment, because in this room that I have here, there's not really a whole lot of space where I can film. There's not really a whole lot of space where I can do fun streams. I really was not joking when I was talking about doing the commentary table, like for live events, like sitting at a table and having the camera face me and shot calling whatever's on the screen, or for award shows doing that. I think that that would be super cool, and I think that I can make some much more engaging and fun content doing that kind of stuff. And it will also free me up to do more of these talk show, late night, live, podcasty type things, because this is the kind of stuff that I actually enjoy. I find that playing video games and giving commentary over video games is fun. I love doing that, and I do it almost every single night. But doing this kind of stuff to an audience, this is kind of where my passion for this stuff is. It's just the problem for me is I want it to look professional enough. Like right now, this I don't think looks the way that I want my podcasts to look. And I think that in the future, I'll be able to get a much cleaner cut, a much more professional looking environment and video if I do that in the apartment that we're moving into. And I think that with that, more growth will come. Like it's like a if you build it, they will come kind of thing, you know. I think that people enjoy these podcasts. Not to toot my own horn, I think I have a talent for this kind of stuff, this talking to an audience, this building a story, this highlighting a problem and building it out into a fun story that's cool to talk about. I think that I have a real talent for being able to draw people to what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's really difficult for me to draw people to what I'm saying when I can't focus on specific topics. That's a huge weakness that I have, and one of the things that has prevented me from going further with these podcasts is that I really struggle to come up with topics to talk about. Because for me, I don't want to talk about stuff that I don't know about. Like, I don't want to say things that are wrong, pretty much. I'm down to argue about anything that I actually know about. But I am not going to argue about something that I don't know shit about. And I might know a lot of stuff, but I don't know a lot about a lot of stuff. I'd like to do, in the future, do more hardcore, in-depth IO psychology stuff, because I know a lot about psychology. And I think that would be super fun. Originally, when I created Clowns After Dark, that was supposed to be a deep dive in human sexualities topics. And I'd really like to reopen the Pandora's box on that one again. Reuse the old condom, as it were, and get back into those kinds of topics, because I think that people are genuinely interested in hearing that kind of stuff. And quite frankly, I don't really see people who are of my demographic that talk about that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like young men don't have a person that they can turn to and ask sex questions to. Really. Like I feel like a lot of men from ages like 18 to 24 are just kind of completely fucking clueless. Like 20 to 30%, 40% of them are just like, man, everything sucks. What the fuck am I supposed to do with my life? And I think that that's a serious problem, because there's not really a whole lot of male role models to target, or a whole lot of people that you can get advice from about that kind of stuff. It's just not typically the thing that like the male role models typically talk about. They're not talking about sex and if one thing's okay and another thing's not okay. You don't really get that a whole lot. Most of what you get from male role models is like finance advice or business advice or what's right and wrong or things like that. But typically speaking, nobody talks about sex. Like nobody sits here, right? And they're not like here, Brosum. Nobody's sitting here going, "All right, Brosum. Today, me and you, man to man, We're going to talk about sex. And nobody does that because when a man does that, it's seen as really fucking bizarre. If a man does that, it is seen as like, holy shit, this guy is corrupting the children. And so it's just not something that a lot of men get into doing. But I'm significantly more open than most about that kind of stuff, so it's something that I really want to get into more. And I think that this move into the apartment, this move into the more professional environment where I can film more video, do more stuff like this, and talk about these topics in a better, more organized way, and make more of this video content that I really want to make. I think it'll help. I think I got something here, boys. That was intense. Oh, what? You mean to tell me that you don't like when I get in the microphone and I talk to it like this? I mean, this is probably how I want to do my podcast for you there, Brosum. I've equalized my voice perfectly for just such an occasion as this one, where I speak into the microphone like this. I think I'm going to start doing some kind of ASMR, spread your asshole, drop your panties challenge with the microphone this close to my mouth. And I'm going to start talking with a lot of that rasp in my voice like a real fuckboy. Yeah, I'm going to really deliver them lines to you. I'm going to really break it down with a lot of gravel in my voice. You know what I'm saying? No, please don't clip this, though. You really do not need to clip this. That would be detrimental to my character and what I stand for as a human being if you clipped this for me and did all of the work for me when it comes to retrieving this for later use in a video or TikTok format. Glad you enjoyed. Fuck you. No, I'm not gonna clip it. See, that's what I actually wanted the whole time. My whole plan was to get you to avoid clipping it by telling you were doing work for me for free. It works every time. Whenever you tell somebody that they're doing work for you for free, they immediately stop what they're doing. It's the craziest trick you'll ever see in your life. All right, let's see. I'm going to clip it. Are you now? Well, thanks for doing my job for me, Buckaronsky. Too easy, dude. Too fucking easy every time. Then shoot you if you say otherwise. Nope, it was me. I clipped it. I did all of the work. All me. Somebody we haven't raided in a while. We're going to go hit up Blue, and we're going to hit Blue up real good, if you know what I'm saying. I'm a head out for exams tomorrow. Well, I'm a head out too, because I have work tomorrow, and there is a lot that I have to do. But, yeah, we're going to go hit up Blue. We haven't seen him in a long time, and, have a good time at your exams tomorrow, Brosum. Good luck. I hope you succeed and pass in every possible capacity of that phrase. And we're going to go say hi to Blue now. If you haven't hit that follow button already, go ahead and hit it. Like we were just talking about, there's going to be a lot of extremely high quality and much better organized content coming in the future. And yeah, remember, I love each and every single one of yous. I hope you had a nice night with me, and I hope that you have a fantastic evening after this. I love each and every single one of yous. And of course, I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.